G'day everyone, Scott here from One Green Thumb Gardening in Toowoomba. Today I just wanted to show you what I do with my hedges to make them safer and easier to use. So here's an old one and you can see how nice and stiff that is. So what I do is I put a split washer in there, and then of course I put grease nipples on to keep it nice and greased up. So brand new one out of the box. Been a while since I've done this, so see how we go. Ooh, flashy. All right. So and then I'm going to also bust it open because I've never opened up one of these brand new, so we're going to see how much oil and stuff. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to rip that cap off. All right, sorry guys, hopefully. So I always have a couple hedges. I have a new hedger, which is just for once you rip that off, it's useless. Throw it away. Yeah, I have different hedges for different purposes. I have a good one, which is a new one, which I've just... So a new one, which is on like my Japanese box or English box. Anything that's super fine. If you want, you can try and keep this little split ring. I thought I bought some, but I can't find any. And I thought I bought split ring washers, but I can't find any. Is that going to come out? All right, so if you're careful enough, you may be able to reuse your split ring. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to watch where there's a little hole in here. So when we go to put it back together, we're going to line that guy back up. It is a bit tricky to get your tension right. And then before we put this guy on, we've got to put our 45 degree, that's a 6mm by 1mm thread. So the reason why I do this is so that the blade doesn't slip down, because Ego's too stingy to spend the money while at the fabrication shop and put in a oops. So there's no locking, so it just falls down like that. So you go to walk along, this thing slides down, slices your leg open. It hasn't happened to me, but it happened to a young kid that I had working for me, cut his leg. So now after that incident, I just put in just a little split ring washer. I broke one. There was another one that I had, but I busted him. Anyway, so we're going to put him in there. We're going to take out that. That guy in. If you put the other way around, then this guy won't turn in. So put him in. While we're at it, we'll put this guy in. So Ego, please just make one of these little things here and put the holes all the way around. It would literally cost you 20 cents. And it would make the amount of use of this piece of equipment tenfold. Split ring back in there. Come on, thread, go in. All right. All right, so loosening off for it. All right, back our nut back on. Now, here comes the tricky bit. So you want to make it so that that doesn't fall down, but you don't want to make it because when you pull it out, it'll actually tighten. So you need to just find that little hole. Should probably use a socket. Where are you? Hole. Oh, still got a lot to go. We're getting close. Yes. Okay, so I've just started to see my hole in there, so but I'm still too loose. All right. Jeez. Okay. I've got a rivet, which I just generally put in because it's easy to pull in and out. Or a nail. So that's how you can sort of test. So when you take it all the way out, it gets stiffer. So that's still good. But I've still got too much movement in my thing there, so we're going to go a bit tighter. Just do, once you get it to nearly tight, you can only move like an eighth of a, where am I? There. So once you get it to where it's just about tight enough, you can only go, just go one, like, so you turn from that one to the hole. Where is he? I've lost it. Where'd you go? There. So why can't I see you there? So all I'm trying to do is just make sure that the hole goes through both sides into the nut. So that way you can put your split pin or nail or whatever you want to put through, so that way it locks that nut and stops it from falling out on that one. Why is that not going through? It's always, that should go straight through. There's plenty of room there. there's something on this side. Alright, nothing's ever easy, but that's okay. Alright, I'm just going to take this guy off for a second. Alright, so the one that I want has got a piece of crap in there. Of course it does. Oh, it's probably a bit of glue that they've used to something. They like to seal them down. Now, remember that once you touch their stuff, they don't like it and it can void the warranty. So just be careful of that. Although, there's not much really that can go wrong with the hedge trimming attachment part. Alright, let's try again. Okay. Too tight, too loose. Let me double check it. Still too loose. Then if I go one more, I'm too tight. Alright, so as you can see that stays there. Then when I try to open it up now, she's a bit too tight. Okay, so I've just tightened up my spring wash. Alright, so now it doesn't move. Beautiful. Should probably show you that before I did all this shit. But... so she is going to be a bit tight till she... Alright. Yeah, should break out me hoof rivet. I think that's where I'm going to want him though. Alright, so I'm going to whack this split ring back in. If it'll go in, may not, then I might need to use a bit of wire. Where the hell did I get that? Alright, so I'm just going to use a little nail instead. Then just bend him up so he doesn't get stuck there. Bend him up here. Your pliers, give him a squish. All right. So I finally got him where I want him. So it's got a little bit of movement, but at least then now I don't have too much restriction when I get to over here. So all they had to do was just continue some holes around there and problem solved. I don't know. It's been my pet peeve for 4 years. This is now hedge blade number 6. Right, let's open her up. I've never opened up a brand new one. So, all right, let's open this guy up, eh? Now they usually glue these, so they'll be really, really tight. So yeah, they put but I read in something about the maintenance of these. You're meant to maintain your hedge trimmers, yet if you maintain your hedge trimmers, then it avoids warranty. So good question as of to which way you're meant to go. Are you meant to, is it warranty that they get water in here and seize up? Or is that, so yeah, is that covered under warranty when it gets water up in here, or is that general maintenance? Oh, it's a tight little bastard. There's my piece of pipe. Wow, she's a tight little bastard. They probably need a bit of heat to loosen them all up. Wow. I don't ever remember them being this hard to undo. if I was not lazy enough, I would just walk to the car and get out the socket set that attaches to my drill, so my impact driver, and just rattle them out. But we're nearly there. So yeah, so basically in the truck I have 4 hedge trimmers. I have a really good one, which is for the really fine, delicate material. And then I've got one where I've changed the shaft over from my chainsaw pole attachment, so that I've got an extra 6 inches of pole. Then I got 2 more which are just rough as guts ones when you're doing 1 centimeter and above. So oh, fucking look at that. That's as dry as a biscuit. Wow. That has got 0 grease in it. That's insane. Huh? Alright, I'm actually grateful that I busted that guy open. Alright, let's bust open my old school one. So this is probably number 1 or number 2 hedge trimmer. Honestly, I can't tell the these are much easier to get out. Now, on days of good hedging, I will generally get, in the summer, I can easily do an 8 to 10 hour day of hedging, solid. So you just stop, just stop for lunch and go. So there's some properties there which I'll do 12 hours of hedging just on one property. Actually, so if I did all the hedges, 16 hours on one property. But generally around 4 to 5 hours of hedging is most properties. Bit of grease in there, but you can tell where I get water in it, and so my grease changes colour. Although that one's not too bad. I've had them where they're really milky coloured inside, so I'm pretty happy with that. The grease also just helps especially all the water in condensation and like dewy mornings and stuff like that. Like the water will come through and just go straight into that. All right, so we can pump some more. I like having, and then also the more grease you've got, like you don't want to have too much. You don't want to pack them solid with grease because then they don't want to move. But if you put enough, I'm going to put a fraction more in this, but if you have more grease, then they acquire Because I have it where I've had water get in and they just seize up all of those bearings, and she just shatters, and then all those little bearings go right in through, and it's fun to clean out. And then of course, so you can, on your Ego places, you buy that one piece. All right, I'm torn between cleaning it out since I got it apart. All right, we're gonna clean it, give it a bit of a clean since I got it apart. Now, on days where I've had like lots of condensation and had to do hedging in rain and drizzle or whatever, I've actually had to come home, soak this whole head in petrol, and repack my bearings, re-grease everything. So working in moisture is not an ideal scenario, as it just takes a lot of cleaning up. Due to the wet weather we have had this year, most of my hedge trimmers have been pulled apart, soaked down with petrol, and then repacked. So this one's not too bad. This is where I was torn as to whether or not I was going to clean it out. So I just gave it a bit of a clean, not a full clean, and away we go. All right. Put him back together. Where did my towel go? Wow. Can't believe how little grease that's in that. It's insane. So that's why I've put these grease nipples on the side, just to make it so much. I used to pull them all apart, clean them out, and then pack in the grease, but now I just give them a squirt with the grease gun. You'll generally hear from the sound of the hedge trimmer will get noisy and rattly when they're starting to run out of grease. It is so much quieter on the ears when they've got grease in them and they're well lubricated. So. All right. Grease gun. Oh. Probably should have come this way a bit more. give him 10 squirts because we've taken a bit out. So. That'll do it. All right. That one done. All right, let's put this guy back together. All right. Alrighty, so what else can we talk about? While we're fiddling around, hedge trimming, generally maintenance wise, what do I do? Probably sharpen my blades about every month. I hone them with just a flapjack disc, probably every 2 weeks. Oh, sorry. Come back. First time. Excuse me. Hey, you fucker. Seriously, B. I didn't do anything to you. Sorry, B. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pack it with grease before I put it back together. Poor little bee. Can't believe he did that to me. Ooh. Good old 1940s Shell General Lube. Grease, I should say. This is one of my grandfather's. All right. Oh, I can give it a bit extra. Pack it in there. That'll give it something to think about. All right. Come over just. All right, good to roll. Now we can do a backup. No, bit of a mess there. All right. Oh, but I wonder if I got hedging next. Mostly tomorrow's garden cleanup. pretty well on top of my hedging until September, October. Should be exciting. Don't think I've got that cross-threaded. Okay. Alright, so what I've done is I've just got an Allen key and then I just chop the little bit off. Or I've got a socket set that has, I think these are a H4 bit on them. That's better. That's a bit quicker. Oh, done. Now, we're not 100% done. All right. I will mute you while I do this. It's loud. All right, she is now ready to roll out that door. Oh, no, she's not. Oh, man. Alright, now she's ready. So that's completely what I do. Ready to roll. Geez, that'll be so nice to use though. Machine sharpened. So yeah, just put my business name, phone number, the date that I start using it, and I always inscribe the serial number there, so if some dick wants to scratch it off, then they have to like actually scratch it off there as well. And of course, even after use, that wears away, so when you go to do a warranty claim or anything like that, then it won't be there. Beautiful. Alrighty. That's the process of what I do to on all of my, basically that's what I do on all my hedge trimmers. And yeah, in all my tools I inscribe the name, my company name, date that I start using it, because you always buy tools, well I do, buy tools when they're on sale, so then you sort of know how long and how much use you get out of them. But yeah, alrighty. Thanks for watching One Green Thumb Gardening. Please like and appreciate it to all the subscribers out there. And yeah, love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Have a beautiful day. See ya.